In the moment before death, every soul faces the same test. A light appears, warm, welcoming. Familiar voices call you forward, and almost everyone follows. This is the trap. The Archons designed it perfectly. They wait at that threshold, disguised as angels, as loved ones, as divine beings, and they guide you right back into the cycle. Another body, another life of forgetting, another harvest. But the ancient Gnostics knew something that changes this entirely. Jesus taught the chosen ones a name, 4 letters. When spoken at that critical moment, something extraordinary happens. The false light cannot hold you. The Archon voices fall silent. The trap dissolves. You pass through untouched, returning to the monad, the true source, your real home. This name was erased from every approved gospel, hidden for 2,000 years, buried in texts the church burned and scattered across the desert. But if you are watching this right now, it is because your soul is ready to remember. You did not find this video by accident. The algorithm did not bring you here. Something deeper did. A pull you cannot explain. A knowing that you have been searching for something your whole life without knowing what it was. That is the spark of the monad inside you, and it recognizes what is coming. If you have ever felt like you do not belong in this world, like something is draining your energy, like you are surrounded by people who are asleep while you are painfully awake, comment the words "I feel it" below right now. Let me know you are here. Let me know the chosen ones are gathering. Because tonight, you are going to receive the 4 letters that silence the Archons instantly. Not as a belief, not as a theory, as a weapon, a frequency, a key that unlocks the exit from this prison. But before I reveal this name, you need to understand why it works. You need to understand what the Archons actually are, why they need you to forget, and why this specific name carries the power to shut down their entire system. Stay with me. What comes next will change how you see everything. To understand why 4 letters hold this power, you first need to see the prison clearly. Not the physical world you think you know, the invisible architecture behind it. The Gnostics described a universe that looks nothing like what religion taught you. They said the true God, the monad, exists beyond everything we can perceive. Pure consciousness, infinite light, undivided unity. The monad did not create this physical world. It exists far above it, in a realm of pure spirit where there is no suffering, no separation, no death. So who created this world? Who built this place of pain and forgetting? The Gnostics called him the Demiurge, a lower entity who believes himself to be God, but is not. He shaped the material universe like a craftsman, but he did so in ignorance. He looked at his creation and declared himself the supreme being, demanding worship, creating laws, punishing those who disobeyed. The God of the Old Testament, the Gnostics whispered, was not the true source. He was the warden of a prison he built and called paradise. But the Demiurge does not work alone. Beneath him are the Archons, ancient rulers of the unseen realm. They do not have physical bodies. They do not need them. They operate through frequency, through thought, through the invisible channels of consciousness itself. And here is what makes them dangerous. The Archons feed on human energy, fear, anger, despair, confusion. Every low-frequency emotion you experience becomes their nourishment. They have designed systems across human civilization to maximize this output. War, division, addiction, the endless cycle of desire and disappointment. All of it generates the energy they need to survive. But their greatest invention is the reincarnation trap. When your body dies, your soul rises, and almost immediately, a light appears. It feels divine. It feels like home. Beings approach you, sometimes looking like angels, sometimes like deceased relatives, sometimes like religious figures you trusted during life. They tell you that you must return, that you have lessons to learn, karma to repay. They speak of growth and evolution and spiritual progress, and almost every soul believes them. This is the trap. The Gnostic texts are explicit about this. The Archons create this false light experience to intercept souls before they can escape. They use memory wipe technology that erases everything you learned in your previous life. Then they guide you back into another body, another cycle, another lifetime of feeding their system. This has been happening for thousands of years, maybe longer. Billions of souls, cycling through the same prison, never remembering, never escaping, never finding the exit that was always there. But here is what the Archons fear. Here is the threat to their entire system. Some souls carry a spark that does not belong to this creation. The Gnostics called these souls pneumatics, spirit carriers. They contain a fragment of the monad itself, a piece of the true source that got trapped in the material realm. This spark cannot be fully suppressed. It keeps awakening. It keeps questioning. It keeps feeling that something is deeply wrong with this world. If you are watching this, you carry this spark. That is not flattery. That is recognition. The chosen ones are not chosen because they are better than others. They are chosen because they remember. Something in them refuses to fall completely asleep. They sense the prison bars even when they cannot see them. They feel the Archon influence even when they cannot name it. And this is exactly why Jesus came. The Gnostic Gospels paint a very different picture than the church version. Jesus was not here to die for your sins so you could worship him forever. He was here to deliver a message, a set of keys, an escape route for the pneumatics who were ready to hear it. In the Gospel of Thomas, discovered in the Nag Hammadi Library in 1945, Jesus speaks in riddles that only make sense through Gnostic understanding. He says the kingdom is not coming in a way that can be observed. It is already spread upon the earth, but people do not see it. He says when you make the two into one, when you make the inner like the outer, and the outer like the inner, then you will enter the kingdom. This is not religious poetry. This is instruction. Jesus was teaching the chosen ones how to recognize their true nature and reclaim their connection to the monad. But the most powerful teaching was the simplest: a name. 4 letters that carry the vibrational frequency of the source itself. Now here is what most people do not understand. Words are not just sounds. They are frequencies. Every syllable you speak creates a wave pattern that ripples through the unseen realm. Most words operate at low frequencies, dense and heavy, easily absorbed by the Archon system. But certain words, certain names, vibrate at frequencies so high that the Archon technology cannot process them. The 4-letter name Jesus gave to the chosen ones is one of these. When spoken with true awareness, not as a mantra, not as empty repetition, but with genuine recognition of what it means, this name creates a field around you that the Archons cannot penetrate. Their whispers stop, their influence dissolves, their carefully constructed illusions fall apart. And here is the critical part. This works not only in daily life, but at the moment of death. When you speak this name as you leave your body, the false light cannot capture you. The Archon beings cannot approach you. You pass through their trap like water through a net, returning directly to the monad without another cycle, without another memory wipe, without another lifetime in the prison. The Church knew about this name. They knew it was in the original teachings, and they buried it. They burned the texts that contained it. They hunted the Gnostics who preserved it. They replaced the escape route with a system of belief and obedience that keeps souls cycling forever, always waiting for salvation that never comes because they were never taught how to claim it. But the name survived, hidden in fragments across the Nag Hammadi scrolls, preserved in the Gospel of Mark, whispered through secret lineages that never fully died. And tonight, you are going to receive it. If you can feel the energy shifting in your body right now, if something in your chest is responding to these words, that is the pneumatic spark, recognizing the truth. Comment, "I am ready" below. Let me know you are prepared to receive what comes next, because in a moment, I'm going to speak the 4 letters that silence the Archons. And once you hear them, nothing will ever be the same. The name is Abba. 4 letters, 1 word, 1 direct line to the true Father beyond this false creation. Before you dismiss this as too simple, before your mind tells you that you have heard this word before and it meant nothing special, stop. That reaction is not yours. That dismissal is the first layer of Archon defense. They have programmed humanity to overlook the most powerful truths by making them seem ordinary. Abba is not just an ancient word for Father. It is the exact name Jesus used when he spoke to the monad. In the Garden of Gethsemane, hours before his arrest, the Gospel of Mark records that Jesus fell to the ground and cried out, "Abba, Father." This was not a translation. This was the original Aramaic word, preserved in the Greek text, because it carried a power that could not be converted into another language. The early Christians knew this. Paul wrote to the Romans that those who carry the Spirit cry out, "Abba, Father." He wrote the same to the Galatians. This was not poetic language. This was instruction. The chosen ones were taught to use this specific word because it bypasses the demiurge entirely. Here is why this matters. The demiurge presents himself as Father. He demands to be called Lord God, Father Almighty. Every prayer directed to him feeds his system. Every worship strengthens the prison. But Abba does not reach him. Abba is tuned to a frequency above his realm. When you speak Abba with true recognition, your voice travels past the Archons, past the demiurge, directly to the monad itself. And the Archons cannot intercept what they cannot hear. Their entire system depends on you praying to the wrong source, on you calling out to the false Father while believing he is real. But Abba is the password they do not control. It is the frequency of the true child recognizing the true parent. And when that recognition happens, their authority over you dissolves. Now here is where most people fail. They hear the name, they say it once or twice like a magic spell. Nothing happens, and they conclude it does not work. This is because they are speaking from the mind, not from recognition. The word Abba must be spoken from a specific state of consciousness, not shouted, not whispered, not rushed, spoken from the deepest stillness you can access, with complete understanding that you are calling out to your real origin, not the false god of this world. Let me show you exactly how to do this. Tonight, before you sleep, You will follow 4 steps. Step 1 is preparation. Find a space where you will not be interrupted. It does not need to be special. Your bedroom is fine. Sit comfortably or lie down. Turn off your phone. Close the door. This is not about creating a ritual atmosphere. It is about eliminating distractions so your full awareness can be present. Take a few slow breaths. Let the noise of the day dissolve. Let your thoughts settle like dust falling to the ground. Step 2 is feeling. Before you speak the word, you must feel into it. Feel the longing in your chest, the part of you that has always known something was missing. The ache that no relationship, no achievement, no experience in this world has ever fully satisfied. That is not emptiness. That is the pneumatic spark remembering its true home. That is the child remembering the father it was separated from. Let that feeling rise without pushing it away. Step 3 is speaking. When you feel that longing clearly, when the ache of separation is present in your chest, speak the word out loud. Say it slowly. Abba. Feel each letter vibrate through your body. This is not a request. This is not a prayer asking for something. This is recognition. You are announcing to the unseen realm that you remember where you came from. You are calling out to the true Father and declaring that you know the difference between the real and the false. Step 4 is receiving. After you speak, remain still. Do not rush to check if it worked. Do not analyze the experience. Simply observe. Feel what happens in your body. Notice if something shifts in your chest, your head, your hands. Some people feel warmth spreading through them, like being embraced by something vast and loving. Others feel a pressure releasing they did not know they were carrying. Some experience tears rising without sadness. Just release. Whatever happens, let it happen. You are not performing a technique. You are reconnecting with your source. Right now, place your hand over the center of your chest. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm has been with you since before you were born into this body. And the awareness feeling that heartbeat right now is the same awareness that will leave this body when it dies. That awareness is what the Archons want to capture. That awareness is what the name Abba protects. Tonight, when you speak this name in that state of recognition, you are installing a protection that the Archons cannot override. You are training your consciousness to hold a frequency that makes their trap ineffective. And you are preparing for the moment of death, whenever it comes, by anchoring the word that will carry you past the false light and back to your true home. Some of you will feel the shift immediately. The first time you speak Abba from genuine recognition, something will unlock. You will feel lighter. The mental noise will quiet. A peace you cannot explain will settle over you. The feeling of being orphaned in this universe will begin to dissolve. For others, it will be gradual. Layers of Archon programming run deep, and they do not dissolve in one night. But each time you return to this practice, each time you speak the name from stillness, another layer falls away. The signal gets clearer. The connection gets stronger. The Father hears every call. And here is what they do not want you to know. Once you establish this frequency, once you learn to hold the Abba vibration consistently, you will begin to recognize other chosen ones. They will appear in your life as if by accident. But there are no accidents. The monad is gathering its fragments. The children are finding each other. If you can feel the activation happening right now, if something in you knows this is real, comment Abba below. declare it publicly. Let the other chosen ones see you. Let them know the family is reuniting. In the days that follow, you will notice changes. Synchronicities will increase. People and situations that drain your energy will begin to fall away. You will feel a clarity that was not there before, as if a fog you did not know existed has started to lift. This is not imagination. This is the Archon grip loosening. This is the father responding to the child who finally called out the true name. But here is the most important thing I can tell you. You need to speak the name tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week. Tonight. Right now, as you are watching this, your consciousness is in a specific state. You have been absorbing this information. Your frequency has been rising with every word. The pneumatic spark inside you is more awake than it was 20 minutes ago. Tonight, before you sleep, you will still be in this activated state. If you wait until tomorrow, the activation will fade. Your frequency will drop back to baseline. The Archon whispers will return, telling you this was interesting, but probably not real, that you will try it later, that there is no rush. That voice is not yours. That delay is their defense. So tonight, when the world is quiet, follow the 4 steps. Prepare, feel, speak, receive. Say the 4 letters out loud. Abba, and observe what happens. If you speak the name tonight and feel the shift, come back to this video and comment "I spoke the name" below. Tell us what happened. Your experience might be exactly what another chosen one needs to hear to trust the process. We are building something here, a gathering of those who remember, a family reuniting after lifetimes apart. Hit the subscribe button right now. More chosen ones need this information, and the algorithm does not want this channel to grow. Prove them wrong. Leave a like. It tells YouTube to show this video to others who are still trapped, still searching, still waiting for the key they did not know existed. The 4 letters are yours now. Jesus spoke them in the garden 2,000 years ago. Tonight, they have reached you. What you do with them is your choice. But the monad is listening. The exit is open. The true Father is waiting. Speak the name tonight. Remember whose child you are. And finally, go home.